I decided to speedrun Satisfactory Doggo %, an unofficial category aiming to tame a lizard doggo in the shortest amount of time. This speedrun consists of 3 components: choosing the right start location, finding and picking up a paleberry, and then feeding the paleberry to a lizard doggo in order to tame it. Given the speedrun only has 3 parts, there isn't much optimization that can be done in order to get a great time. For this speedrun, my goal will be to beat Epiphany's time of 26 seconds, which is a good base time to absolutely destroy. For analyzing this run and finding the most optimal route, I will need to find the locations of paleberry bushes, lizard doggos, and where the player spawns in. Luckily, I already have player spawn locations because I needed to find them for Satisfactory all ores %. Paleberry data can be grabbed from a save file, so I'll have to work with Satisfactory save reader in order to get the data. Lizard doggos are more complicated because finding their spawn locations in the save file is difficult. So if we take a peek at the save file, we can see that there are creature spawners representing where a creature will spawn. The issue with relying on this data is that we don't know what creature is connected to which spawner. For all we know, we could be going to a location where we'll find non-flying birds instead of our favorite little red creature. I will be using the Content Inspector mod to get creature spawner data from the game. I can open Satisfactory with the Content Inspector mod. I will create a world, and once we get into the world, I can do /inspect in the chat, which will bring up a menu of sorts. I can show actors in order to see the JSON files that I need. I can then navigate to the right folder, and then I can check just to make sure we have the right data. And as we can see here, I'm currently looking at a space giraffe spawner. So I can now save the JSON files. Now I need to write a program that will parse said data and only give me the data that I want. Now that we have that information, let's get some paleberry locations. This can be done by looking in the save file. And now of all of the data, we can alter Satisfactory loop maps to show the 3 components that we need on a singular map. This way, we won't have to be switching tabs and trying to estimate how far these key points are from each other. The map is now complete. Let's go through each spawn location and see how many of them are viable. starting with the dune desert, this looks terrible. We spawn in the middle of nowhere, and as a result of not spawning next to water, we do not have easy doggo access or paleberry access. And by easy access, I mean we won't be able to do it in less than 26 seconds. Rocky Desert is also a rocky start. You can spawn next to a lizard doggo, but there are no paleberries within a 20-second run. Let's move on to Northern Forest. Every other speedrun category begins here because it's the best. But can we actually complete doggo percent in less than 26 seconds? Well, I did a few runs to find out. I started out trying to tame the doggo on the cliff, but it feels like I'm running the wrong way to get the paleberry. I then also try to get the doggo outside of the Northern Forest, but that also takes too long. After these runs, it seems unlikely that we can beat that time in these 3 spawn locations. We can now check out the last start location, the grass fields. Although there's a 20% chance to spawn at each of these locations, 2 of these locations look promising. As much as I would love to run both of these spawn locations, I would much rather reset and aim to use the spawn location situated closest to the lizard doggo. After doing some looking in the game, it's now time to do some runs along with a bunch of resetting. Well, that's awkward. First run that I do at the location, I end up with a 13-second run, which is probably world record. I was honestly expecting that it was going to take a little bit longer, but I guess here we are. I guess we can try just a little bit longer and see if a 12-second run is possible. Okay, so obtaining the 12-second time was also pretty quick, but after obtaining the 12-second time, I'm now curious to see how long it would take me to get 12 seconds again. After about 40 minutes of trying and resetting, I ended up with yet another 12-second run. In total, I did 50 minutes of runs, which I've ended up with the original 13-second run along with the 2 12-second runs. Overall, I'm very happy because I was able to cut what I think was world record in half, going from 26 seconds to 12 seconds. I look forward to seeing other people try and beat this record. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.